Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast, where we discuss and analyze your favorite marble sports. From JMR Marble League to Algodu tournaments, we'll make sure you never miss the action. All marble sports, all the time, right here on the MSW Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Marble Sports Worldwide Podcast. My name is Brendan.
And I'm Commander Wolf.
And we are here earlier today. This for us is earlier. For the people who listen to just the recording, not so much, I guess. But we're recording in an afternoon because we're going to have a special guest on from overseas. No, it's not Joe Baker. That will happen eventually, but not yet. He's a very busy guy, and yes, but we will do that. We promise at some point, maybe episode 100.
One day,
maybe episode 150. If you're still with us, then we will get Joe Baker onto this podcast and ask him, how do you do it? I have so many questions. I would be asking him just really for the beginning, like how did you even start the whole channel? When did that first idea of the competition, all that stuff. I would love to know all about that. But, yeah, I hope you guys are staying safe out there. It's definitely ramped up a little bit. I know back a month ago I was kind of making some jokes about it. They weren't really wrong, but, it's a pretty serious situation at this point. So, thoughts and prayers out to everybody out there. Stay safe, stay clean. Stay productive, find stuff to do, work on that old million-piece puzzle you never started with the cats in the basket, or fix that old car you have sitting in your garage because you have the time, and work out or something, keep in shape. But, We hope that this podcast continues to cheer you up or at least inform you in some way about marble sports during this odd time, because marble sports still rolls on. See what I did there?
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah, Waf is the pun master. Still rolls on as we move through this crisis. Anyways, guys, with all that said, let's go to the news. See what Johnny Marble has in store for us today.
Hello, Marble Sports fans! I am Johnny Marble, and as always, I am coming to you with the news for MSW. So as always, let's jump right into it. Race number 10 of the Marble Circuits, the Suzuka Japan Grand Prix, has concluded. And can I just tell you, it really shook things up. It was an engaging race with several back and forths between second and first throughout it. And in the end, Peppers came out on top, followed by Big Dogs in second and Night Rivers in third. And to top it all off, the two marbles that were battling out for first overall, Pink Pearl and Sea Turtles, have once again placed near the bottom of the pack. Because of this, not only are they tied in standings, but they have both been surpassed by none other than the Suzuka Grand Prix winner, Peppers. This is a surprising turn of events that has completely changed the expectations for the final two races, and has everyone waiting in anticipation of what will happen next. Well, guys, it's a short week for news in the marble world, but hey, I'm glad you're listening. Hey, I've been Johnny Marble, you have been the best listeners in the world, and let's take it back to Brendan and continue on with the podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome back from the news. Thank you, Johnny Marble, for bringing us another exciting news week in marble sports. A lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff coming in the future in marble sports. That Formula E situation coming. I think it's a couple of races. And then the infamous, I don't know, infamous usually is negative, but famous Marble League 2020. I cannot wait for that. I'm so excited. But today we are going to have probably our last episode. Oh, God, I just kind of started there a little bit. Last episode devoted to Marbula 1 topics. And we have a guest all the way from Europe in Latvia named Steve. Steve, why don't you say hello to all the fans out there?
Hello everybody. How you doing? Hope you're doing really well, and I hope you all had a great Easter this year.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Happy Easter to everybody as well. We forgot to kind of mention that. But yeah, Steve is all the way from Latvia, which is, what is it, 7 hours ahead, right?
We got about 7 or 8 hours.
Yeah, 7-8 hours ahead of EST time, which is just insane. So that's why we're, for all the live people, we're recording a little bit earlier today. But you guys all know at this point, he's a new guest. He's a first-time guest, so we have to ask him a specific question. So let's all say it together. 3, 2, 1. How did you get into marble sports? Wow, that was a terrible thing.
This is a pretty interesting story. So this was about my first exposure to this game when I was back in 2017. I was on my way I was on my way to a college dorm, moving into the uni dorms, and I was stuck that year, my very first year in uni, and I was watching a few videos in the car because I was bored, and I saw something called Marble Olympics. I thought, what is that supposed to be? Like, I clicked on it, and I saw a bunch of marbles, like sport. Like, I think it was block pushing. I don't remember anymore which exactly the sport, which sport it was. But yeah, it was a bunch of marbles doing like real life sports, and I thought, well, all right, I'll check it out later. And then I got moved into dorms. I put on my laptop and just looked it up and started watching it. I thought, well, why would anyone watch this? And little did I know, after 10 minutes, I would be going over the whole room.
The old Rangers.
Yep, absolutely. I am a huge diehard fan of the Rangers.
That is incredible. Yeah, that is, to me, my favorite part of these stories is just, going from, it's almost every time going from, wow, what is this? How does this even exist? This sounds kind of dumb. You watch it, and then you get hooked on one team, too. For me, who was it for me? I don't remember who I really went for first, but you get hooked on a specific team, and all of a sudden you're really into it. It's just an awesome experience. And now almost 1 million subscribers, which they're close to reaching that. JMR 1 million subscribers can give that story.
Yeah, and what it is, they are very close. This is actually kind of paradoxically thanks to this, whole coronavirus situation.
Yeah. The coronavirus for marble sports was. I mean, I don't want to say a positive. It's not a positive for anybody, but it definitely propelled it forward because it brought marble sports kind of out of the woodwork. But yeah, that's an awesome story. It's good to have another Rangers fan out there. Our news anchor, Johnny Marble, is also an Rangers fan, and he loves to mention them every.
I've seen a couple episodes. I knew he was a Rangers fan.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular teams, and they do pretty well. They're not the best team out there, but they're certainly one of the better Marble League teams. By the way, before we move on, for anyone out there who doesn't know, on the YouTube, we now post the 2 to 3 minute news clips with animations that go with Johnny Marble. So if you are interested in checking those out, go check them out. Listen to Johnny Marble.
We release them separately. They've always been there since episode 16, I want to say. I don't know when I started doing it, but it's been happening for quite a while. I've only recently released them as separate videos.
Yeah, because we thought that would be more interesting. But yeah, that's really interesting. Now, I am curious. What is your favorite JMR competition? Are you more of a Marbula 1 guy, or do you like the Marble Olympics better?
I think I like them all. I like the Marbula one. I like the Marble Olympics. I even like the Sand Marble Rally. Which, by the way, where is my red number 3? I'm a huge red number 3 fan there. But yeah, I don't think I really can pick my absolute favorite one because I like them all equally. It's nearly impossible for me to pick my absolute favorite one.
Yeah, I get that because there's like different interesting aspects of each. Marble League is more many different types of events, but that Marbula 1 is a lot based on the racing. And you see the Savage Speeders shine in both, which always baffles me how good they are as a team.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because they won the very first Marble League in 2016, and now they won the first Marbula one. It's kind of pretty interesting coincidence if you think about it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the Savage Speeders are either the best team out there or they're taking some rolling enhancing drugs. I don't know.
Well, I think statistically they've always been one of the fastest teams out there, so it makes sense that a speed-oriented competition would be a place where they really shine.
Yeah, and you notice that they really shine.
I think they had some kind of doping allegations a few years ago, but it was disproved, of course.
Of
course. Savage Speeders got a lot of money there. Yeah, of course they're a very clean team. They would never do any of that, of course.
Of course.
But it's always interesting to me because if you look at Marbula 1, the Savage Speeders as the fastest team, they had a lot easier time winning when they were starting towards the top of the qualifiers, and they didn't have to make their way through a bulk of marbles.
If you're number 1, of course you're gonna have an easy time. You don't have to fight, through the whole crowd to get in the top places. Of course, it's gonna be easy.
Yeah, and because in the middle of the pack for Marbula 1, you face a lot of. It's not just a speed game, but it's also an agility game. You have to know when to draft behind other marbles and when to, go for a pass. Do I take the inside line? Do I take the outside line? Yeah. Do I avoid the attenuator?
Do you go around the outside? Do you take the inner line and so on?
Yeah, it's a lot more that goes into the middle of the pack racing, but yeah, I mean, once the Savage Speeders get those clears out in front, it's like that's it. They just take it. Rapidly
we're taking
destroyed it.
We're in first place. We're going for a golf. See you later.
Yeah. No one even once Rapidly got up there. No one even touched him. No one really actually touched him that whole last race.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. He just as soon as Gates went off, the race was basically over, and there was a fight for the last second place now.
Yeah, and the most surprising part was how the hazers just could not get their way up to the top. I know you had mentioned this before off recording. Yeah,
it was kind of crazy because they were so good through the whole season. They kind of I don't want to say choked, but kind of they lost it in the very last race.
Yeah, I know they had it for so long. I was confident they were going to win it. I was like, this is definitely going to be hazers because I don't know,
they wouldn't have if the Mallow from Green Ducks. I think it was Mallow, right? But yeah, I think it was Mallow. If he would have overtaken Rapidly, the Hazer would have taken the win.
Yeah, the Hazers would have won overall if Speedy hadn't, or I guess it was Rapidly who hadn't. I can't remember which one it was.
It was Rapidly,
I think it was Rapidly.
It was Rapidly, yeah.
Like if they had gotten like second place instead of first, then the Hazers would have won.
Yeah, and in that respect, it really did come down to a few extra points.
Oh, it was Speedy.
It was Speedy. Which is why that last race was so exciting because it wasn't two marbles battling at the top. It was really important. It was just Savage Speeders having to hold first place and the Hazers needing to try to get to fourth place, which they got so close, but it just wasn't there. It wasn't there, and I don't know. Marble Fate seems to have it that the Savage Speeders are that top team. They cannot be taken down, it seems.
Yeah, well, we're gonna see if they can keep up the perform in upcoming Marble League.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting because this is the
Yeah.
first time that the Savage Speeders have to actually be in the qualifiers. Because if you look at the stats, they after 2016 they did not have to do any qualifier for 2017. They were automatically in. None for 2018. None for 2019. So we have to actually see the Savage Speeders qualify.
Our Rangers as well. Our Rangers were the same position. I think our Rangers is the same position as well. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think they had to qualify once before the Rangers because they had a bad season. I think 2017. I don't know. They had one season where they weren't really doing very well.
I think it was for 2018. I think. No, not 2017. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, but to see them have to qualify, I'm just very excited to see that. I mean, I would think they're a lock to get in no matter what. I can't see them not getting into the regular Marble League, but
Yeah, well, we're gonna see. We're gonna see because pretty much anything can happen, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of interesting situation this time. We got some new teams up there. We're going to see Shining Swarm again. We're going to see Team Momo again. We're going to see the Hornets.
I really like Team Momo. Their determination is just absolutely amazing. I love Team Momo because of that.
Well, you have a friend with WAF. He's a huge Momo fan.
Big Momo fan over here. I'm really looking forward to their performance.
Yeah, and I don't know what's going to happen in these qualifiers. I think that we might see some upsets, honestly. Bold
absolutely. I just hope there's not going to be incident like last year with whole Limers fan throwing garbage on the track and then the primary fans getting into a huge fight with the Limers fans.
And I remember actually last year on the podcast, which was going on at that time, which is crazy. I remember getting upset about that because if you look at what was happening when that outburst from the Limers fans happened, the Limers were actually doing good in the event where they had the outburst. And it's like, it didn't even make sense. I was like, well, what is going on right now? I mean, I'm a huge Limers fan, all right? Hashtag Lime Time. I can't ignore that.
My goodness. I think that the showdown in 2019 must have been very painful for you.
Oh, dude, 2 points in 3 events. The first 3 events, I got 2 points. Dude, I was like, I was.
I think if you were in the crowd, I think you would have been one of those people who try to storm the track.
Dude, I would have went insane. I would have rolled out there into the track. I would have been rolling into some cobalts out there. I mean, dude. I can't believe how bad they did. I mean, come on, Limers.
Like people make fun of Limers fans, but when you think about it, you could understand their frustration. Like, it's painful to lose by 2 points. It's very, very painful.
Yeah, and to only get those 2 points in 3 events, it means that they were really not performing. Why the Limers? Why? I mean, dude, the Cobalts are terrible. Why couldn't they have been the ones to get 2 points? I mean, come on. I mean, we were in showdown with nothing teams. These teams nobody knows them except for like the Snowballs and the Rojo Rollers. Most of the other teams are like bad teams. Okay, and then the Limers.
They even lost to Rojo Rollers who have failed to qualify for Marble League 3 years in a row. That's bad. That's when you need some serious overhauling in your whole Marble Sports department.
Yeah, I want to see some trades. I want to see some new members of the Limers team, honestly. I want to see, I don't know, get Sublime out of there and put, Limelight or something. I don't know. Just, something new. I can't take it. I can't take the I think that the team chemistry is not there.
At least Limers coach wasn't unfortunate enough to be fired in the middle of the event, like with the Oceanics.
The Oceanics were awful. They were truly awful. I mean,
yes, I think they were the ones who actually kicked off the whole host curse thing. Honestly, because they were just, I was shocked. They were unbelievably bad, and just to think year before 2018 they got 3rd place. it's an unbelievable fall from grace.
Mm-hmm.
I know, and for me, it's just that the Oceanics. I think that that this kind of thing happened to them because they're a team that does do so much better that they're, the Oceanics themselves are held themselves to higher expectations. Like they can't, the Limers, they can get 2 points and they're like, we're the Limers. We don't need to change our coach. We're just chilling. It's fine. But the
And look what happened to them. Look,
try.
Look what happened to them. And
I know.
Of course, there's a whole meme about them, choking away at the water events where they're supposed to be the best because, they're water team. But no, I think they were dead last almost every single water event there was. I think in fact
they did really bad. Yeah.
I think for the I think it was rafting where they actually cemented their last place. I think it was for rafting. I think it was rafting. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it's just incredible. How does that even happen? Because in the back of your mind, that it's just a little bit. There is luck. It's luck. You drop marbles down, and they do what they do. But even if you come out of the marble world and you look at it from a human perspective, the actual odds it would take for the Oceanics to do that bad is just to me incredibly low. That is very unlucky.
I think it would be statistically possible for the team to actually win something to be consistently this bad in a single event.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's like flipping the coin and you get tails 15 times in a row. I mean, or in the Oceanics case, 16. They really...
They were I think they were the only team in the whole tournament not to win a medal. And the only chance when they had the chance to win the medal, I think it was the maze race, and
they were close in one. I forget which event it was.
They were in the final fourth, and they blew it. They absolutely blew their best golden chance. It was
almost like you could almost guess it. I remember, I forget which event it was. I remember watching, like, oh my god, Oceanics, at least take one medal here. I mean, the Pinkies even took a medal, right? You got to be able to take one. And no, it was just this. It was like everything worked out just despite.
I really want to quote that South Park, one of those South Park episodes where the guy will cut up and said, "You blew it. You had it on. You blew it."
Yeah, that would be... Dude, make like a meme or something out of that. Kaysen, our meme guy, get on that. We have a meme guy. But I just think the Oceanic situation kind of showed us that just changing the coach is not the answer. And I think that for the Limers and the Oceanics, you need a team overhaul. You need to get 2-3 of those competitors out of there, replace them with some new guys, fresh blood.
No, they didn't need, in that department, they didn't need to do cleaning. They need to do the whole extermination. They just need to get rid of everything and start from basically almost from zero when they were that bad.
Really? I mean, you that would be firing the whole Oceanics team. I mean, that's extreme. That's extreme to do that. Well, but I mean, if it works.
Okay, not exactly. Just in their whole coaching department, like the team, I don't really think I can blame the team. They tried, all right? I'll give them that. They tried their best, but I think it was kind of the coach who let them down. But that's just my opinion, of course.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to see. I mean, I think you got to get a couple of new members on the teams. I mean, the Limers certainly need a couple of new members. I'd say the Oceanics need a couple of new members. I mean, sometimes the teams are just lackluster. You need to get some new blood in there, some young blood, some excited rollers, because these veteran teams, some of the marbles tire out.
Well, sometimes that's true, but it's also possible that again it's just the coach's fault. And in the live chat, MFA mentioned Mary needs to go, but honestly, I don't think that's the case. I don't know Mary's stats currently. I can try looking them up, but just because Mary is bad at speed events doesn't mean they're bad at other events like pole vaulting or I guess just vaulting for them, or diving or hurdles.
I think it was high jump. I think it was high jumping for them.
High jump. So like, just because Mary did bad in Marbula 1 does not mean that they are a horrible competitor that needs to be
Mary
replaced.
is actually a very good competitor. I think Mary has, was just hit. I think Mary just had really bad luck, and I don't think she'll be very. I think she'll take it back on her strike for Marble League.
Yeah, and it works inversely too, because the Raspberry Racers are so good in the Marble League does not mean they're going to be good in Marbula 1. I mean, they're like Waff said, there's so many different types of events that don't even focus on speed as the main skill that it literally doesn't, like, they don't correlate. Obviously that if you're really good in Marble League, you're not going to be the worst Marbula 1 performers because you're going to have that overall skill, but by no means does it mean, if you win Marble League, expect them to win Marbula 1. There's just not the kind of...
Yeah, but, speaking of Raspberry Racers, I think they were a big disappointment for me in Marble League because they came in as the defending Marble League champions and they just performed so poorly. Of course, I know this is two completely different things, but I think they were pretty disappointing. One of the biggest disappointments for me, apart from now Team Hornets as well. I think those teams were my biggest disappointments this tournament.
I got Mary's stats here, so. In 2017, I'll give their individual stats. So in 2017, the funnel race, they got first. In 2019 showdown and balancing, they got first. And then they're roughly middle of the pack, it seems. But for other, well, those are team events. So here, individual, 13th, 5th, 12th, 9th. So they're about middle of the pack some of the times, but they've had stand-up performances in other things. Like funnel race is an endurance type of thing. And then you have a balancing, which is, again, more of a balance sort of test, not speed. When it comes to other things like your funnel race, that's a speed one, or sorry, no, that was endurance actually. Sorry, they got 7th with it, so that's probably their second best performance. And that 5-meter ice dash, surprisingly 5th. So maybe they can race better on ice than track.
I don't know.
It just takes more sliding, I guess.
I mean, it's different terrain. It really is.
And also, it's not. No, I don't think there's any turning. It's 5-meter dash, so it's just straight, so they don't have to worry about turning. Maybe that's the trick. Like, Mary just doesn't do good with turns.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think the Mary's strong points are kind of basically really hard, really big straight speed events, and not endurance or something like that.
Snowboard cross. I don't remember that. I don't remember what that was. Was it the slalom kind of thing where they went back and forth? Or
I think that was it.
Well, no, that was a team event. This is individual. They got 13th and that high jump 12th. Like that was their lowest ones. And Sand Rally is 9th, so they did okay, I guess, in a turning type of race. I mean, they did better than they did in Marbula 1. But those turns are aren't as sharp usually. So like I guess I think sharp. Maybe it's sharp turns. And so they seem to be, their strong suit seems to be straight shot racing, and sometimes endurance.
And for a marble, those things are very different. I mean, because when you turn, I mean, especially for a marble, you can't just turn yourself. You gotta ram into the wall and then change direction. I mean, that can be, especially in in Marbula 1, there's a lot of high impact contact for the marbles.
Oh yeah, I'm looking right now. Snowboard cross, basically, when they went down the track and they had those obstacles in the way.
Oh, is it like a ski jump type thing, or more just like a zigzag?
No. Basically, they had this. They had the track, and they had those. I think those glass bricks on the track, and they had to avoid it. I think it was that.
Oh, okay. I think I remember this. Yeah, this was back in like 2017, so that's
2018.
2018. Oh, wait, yeah. It was 2017. I always think 2017 was the snow themed one, but no, it's 2018.
2018 was the Winter Olympics.
Yeah. Oh, one of our live chatters from the YouTube, Jaden. What's up, Jaden? Says Marble League should be on ESPN this year. Well, it is on ESPN. It appears on the Ocho.
Yeah, it was.
It appeared on the Ocho in August, then they reran the Ocho because ESPN had no sports going on. They reran the Ocho a couple weeks ago.
I actually had to stay up to 1:30 a.m. to see that. It was worth it.
Now, the thing about that is, of course, JMR is kind of on the same caliber. Well, the way the Ocho is presented, JMR is on the same caliber as, like, cherry pit spitting and sign spitting. I mean, you see some crazy things on the Ocho, but
I saw that science meeting. Those guys have pretty awesome moves. Not gonna
pretty
lie.
athletic. But
Yeah,
hey, listen, it's still science spinning, all right.
but
But
marble sports, of course.
But eventually, I think that Marble Sports is going to grow larger than that. I would love to see Marble Sports as like a niche ESPN thing, or somewhere on TV where it's like you get daily Marble Sports. That would be a long way down the line.
Oh,
But
yeah,
weekly Marble
absolutely.
Sports, maybe every Friday night or something, there's like an hour of the Marble Sports competition this week or whatever, and then just putting that there, because I think that would be just so cool to kind of try to popularize it. Because I mean, there would be a lot of jumps necessary. The biggest jump for doing something like that, to get that on TV, to get that in weekly televised situation, is actually a lot more engineering than it is business and things like that. Because the biggest problem with televising a weekly Marble Sports competition is that it'd be pretty boring to watch, in all honesty, because most of the times on a live TV situation, most of the time spent would be, watching the people take the marbles off the track and then put the new ones on. And that's not fun to watch. That would kind of be like, oh, this is so boring. I only see something happen once every, I don't know, friggin' 3 minutes. And that's like, that would kind of turn people off. I mean, so the biggest thing would be engineering something like a device where you could kind of load all the marbles in there. And, you could pre-record it. That would be a ton of work, because you'd have to pre-record, get it all ready for TV. And Marble Sports things don't actually last that long. Actually, one of Joe's longest videos are 20 minutes. So you could stretch it to a half-hour thing. But if you're just going to stretch it to a half-hour thing, Gel's things barely can be stretched to a half-hour thing with a bunch of commercials. Plus, he doesn't even post every week some Marble Sports competition. So that would be very, very difficult. I think that it would need to be some sort of hour. But to do that, you would have to do something like create something where you could kind of, a device where you could load all the marbles in the correct order, then kind of just electronically
kind of like
release
the
them.
conveyor belt in Marbula 1, you think?
Yeah, like that, but it would have to be kind of hidden or like made so that it's not like, because you really want no mistakes. It needs to be no mistakes, and for different events, like for high jump, where you have to kind of drop the it needs to drop the marble into the starting gate, then it has to let it go. So you need a bunch of devices there, and you would need it to auto clean up the marble at the end, which would be difficult. Or just make it so the camera always cuts away when that's happening, and have somebody do it really quickly. And like that kind of stuff, I feel like it could happen. It would just take a lot more engineering, actually. I mean, I think, business-wise, I'm sure JMR could work that out now, but it's just that they don't have the ability to do that, I don't think, yet.
Yeah, so that's, the problem also is, the overall quality, if you tried stretching it out, would be so much worse. I'd rather, sit here on YouTube or watch 7 minutes of commercials than wait, 20 minutes as I wait for commercials to be, through commercials, just to finally get to something that's actually, what I want to see. So, I don't know if, it's at that level and it could feasibly be on ESPN TV. But at the same time, it's TV is not nearly as popular as it used to be. The internet's basically where most people go nowadays anyways, so it's not like it's a necessity for it to be big. It's just that it would help it to be bigger. And
Yeah,
I
definitely. I think TV could actually help grow, but I don't think it would really be the best main domain for Marble Sports. I think the best main domain, of course, will still be the internet, but I think television would definitely help, this whole Marble Sports grow.
No, but the thing is, when people, when people watch sports, they go to TV, okay? Because,
That's true.
That's just what they do. They like to make it an event where they sit down and they get snacks and stuff. Think about football. Like people don't, wait until the game's over so they can watch it with no commercials on their phone. No, they like the TV, they like the whole experience of it.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I think but here's the thing: you would just need a lot more marble sports. Like you would, yeah. Oh yeah, our live chatter said at this point the pre-show would probably be longer than the actual event. That does bring up a good point.
Yeah,
There should be like a
absolutely.
pre-show. You put it on TV. You should get a couple guys in suits there, kind of talking about the predictions, kind of like, hey, kind of like this podcast there. But you would need a lot more marble sports and that's why one of my biggest ideas that I would love to kind of see if that could kind of maybe work in the future would be feeder leagues where you take Marble League.
Kind of like F2 and F3 for Formula One, right?
Yes, for Marbula 1, but more for Marble League, because if you take Marble League, the season of Marble League is 16 events long, and it's a good 8 weeks out of the year, and it has a couple events each week. So you could probably take those couple events and make it like a 30 to 45 minute spot on TV, with mostly events, not too many commercials, 2 a week for that. But like if you want to do year round, you'd have to do year round to get people coming back on TV. You would need to have feeder leagues. So like when Marble League is over, you have you have a bunch of leagues that kind of run competitions throughout the year, and then the finality winners of those leagues throughout the year get to go to the qualifiers for Marble League. Who then go to the regular Marble League.
I do think that JMR are actually working on the feeder league for Marble Olympics right now.
For
which one? Marble League or Marbula 1?
Marble League, I think I read somewhere they are working on the feeder league or something.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, like that would be interesting. I don't know if we've talked about it in the past, but like it would be cool, like if there were actually like smaller leagues to actually make the like the quote about like how it's like the biggest sport in the marble world, like how it is like Olympics. Like to actually making it legitimately the top league of other smaller leagues instead of just pretending that there were other leagues. But at the same time, like that's more work. Like who's gonna make them? Like is it gonna be Yella? I don't know.
That's the thing. I actually think it would
quality.
be really simple. Like because all you'd have to do, and actually this would work. This would be a symbiotic relationship. It would help everybody. Okay, all you have to do is find people that would be willing to do it, and then JMR would then pay those people. So those people who would because you would say to them, okay, so you're going to take these marbles, you're going to make these events, and you know what? I would let all the feeder leagues kind of do it in whatever style they want. Like you don't have to do it in the JMR style because you're just a feeder league. You're a different league. You could become your own unique league. So like you just say, okay, I would be JMR. I would go to this group of people, this channel that does marbles already. I'd be like, okay, you take these 12 teams, random teams, and you do these 8 events. Just do them and make them look really good because we're gonna pay you a bunch if you do it. Okay, so it would be like that would become for those people that would be close to a job because they would get paid a lot to put this on. Because JMR, they're making a lot from the situation now. So they would be able to pay a lot of money to make sure that the people producing it will produce good quality. Then they just do the events. They have their own little style because they're just a feeder league. And they do it and all the commentary and everything. And then that would that would just feed into JMR, and you could easily do that. And what that would do is like JMR would get more popular because anybody watching that channel or knowing those people and everything would then be like, oh yeah, I want to see how the winning teams from this league that I like to watch do in the actual big competition. So they would go there. Then all the people watch JMR. JMR would be like, oh, we got feeder leagues now, and then all those people would go watch the other channels. And what that would do is you'd help JMR, you'd help the other channels, and you'd grow marble sports as an industry. Because the more channels out there that people love to watch, people love to follow throughout the year for marble sports, the bigger the industry gets.
I see. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Like, so basically, you're saying like, basically, other marble racing fest, like let's say, Marble Phobic, I think it was their name. If they could work together with JMR and so on. And, although I think there is.
This guy doesn't even know. That would be. That would be.
Although I think I read somewhere there's some kind of beef between those two. I think I read it somewhere.
There's a lot of other things, and that would not work. But there are a lot of other channels, and I'm sure for a good pay would take the time to produce something that looks good. And Someone in the comments said if it's on ESPN, would you want Greg Woods to commentate or someone with television? In my opinion, Greg Woods is as good as anybody on the television. He is that. I mean, Greg Woods, he's amazing. So definitely him. But yeah, like I don't think it would work with Fubica. I don't even think it would work with M&H just because there was something going on between them and JMR. I think you'd have to find people that find other channels that don't really know much about the whole Marble Sports drama that's happened, or just find people that are just willing to be like, hey, I'm going to start this feeder league from scratch right now. I'm going to get this pay from JMR, so I'm going to make it look good. You know, the money is what's going to be able to make people be like, oh, I'm going to put a lot more time and make sure this looks good. I'm going to make sure it's edited really well and everything. So, and then just see how it works out. So, I mean, I just think it'd be really cool. I mean, give it a shot, right? Because, you know, it's worth giving a shot because you don't lose anything because in the end, JMR is still going to be as good as JMR. It's just that now you have extra Marble Sports.
It's just going to be like a test, you know. Let's see if it works. If it works out. If it works, let's keep it going. If it doesn't, well, scratch it. Let's just keep it as it is.
Yeah, and you would have to probably restructure the events, of course. Like you would have to do like Marble Showdown. Like Marble Showdown would have to be like, that would be hard because you would have to structure it so that Marble Showdown is where all the teams from the feeder leagues come to battle. Then the winners of those go to the regular qualifiers plus the people who are already automatically in the qualifiers. So that would be interesting. It would be out there. I think with some organization, some changes, it could be really cool. And that's just one of the steps. That's just one of the little things you could do to really grow the industry. Because the important thing now is growing that Marble Sports industry because it's already hit the that top YouTube situation. I mean, once you're tweeted out by YouTube, that's probably the best you can be able to do as far as YouTube goes. Definitely. So now it's time to expand to other things, and feeder leagues.
Either you get tweeted out by YouTube or a YouTuber with a huge influence, like PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, Mark, or some other big YouTuber. PewDiePie is one of the big YouTubers I actually really watch right now. Either YouTube, if YouTube or a huge YouTuber tweets your videos, basically you have taken a first step, towards kind of stardom or something.
Dude, it's gonna be like, oh man, I just can't wait to see where it goes. Wait, someone from the chat here said, what about growing JMR's crew? And that is actually the biggest stumbling block of this whole thing. Gel does it himself for the most part. He has help every once in a while for certain specific situations, but he does the whole thing himself each week. So that would be the biggest thing because, if he's used to doing himself, he's doing it forever. So like if you really wanted to expand and do feeder leagues and TV, you may have to actually have help in order to get it done quicker. But Gel might want to continue to do it by himself because he likes the way he does it, and hey, to be honest, he produces great quality. So,
he could be like he could have like an assistant who just I'm not saying the all assistant has to be like the yes man who actually agrees with everything he says, but kind of people who listens, just follows him, does what they're told, and basically if needed, gives some suggestions on how to do it better or so on. Of course, I don't know what he's like in real life, but I think there should be a bunch of people who assist, kind of helps him or assist him in production and homemaking.
It's true. And as far as JMR's crew, that's just why I think faster engineering, better engineering is the answer, because then he could still do it by himself, but he could produce it so much quicker. I guarantee that he wastes hours, if you added up the time, hours and hours, and maybe even days now, just with all the action of this marble finished, take them off the track, put the new ones at the top, get everything set up, then release them. That takes a ton of time. You cut that down to a device that can do it for you.
And of course, then there's the stadium setup, the whole equipment setup. Basically, I saw that speed, that time lapse he did for that Marbula 1 teaser. I think I saw I think that was the moment I saw it. Now I understand why this is taking so long, because it's huge work. It's a lot of work, and
Indeed.
absolutely, like I think those tracks take him at least 1 or 2 hours to assemble and to disassemble. And of course, you have to go through of course you have to follow the design of the track as well, basically. And you have to follow them around. You have to follow them and see where you place your turns, if you place them correctly, and so on.
Yeah, that would be. It just takes a long time to set up, and then you have to like strip it down and build a new track every time, you know.
Yeah,
And
and
and and
and
you have so
everything.
much space
Yeah,
too, so you can't build them all at once.
build them all once, and of course not to mention you have to test. You have to let some marbles loose to see if everything works correctly. Of course, if enough marbles kind of get, if not, if a bunch of marbles down, and see if they don't get stuck anywhere.
Yeah, that makes it just very like, can only do one event at a time type thing, because obviously it'd be easier if you could set up all the tracks and just kind of have all 8 right there all ready to record and do it all in one day.
No,
But no, I don't think you
it's
can
a lot
do that.
harder than that. It's a lot harder than that.
Oh, I would imagine. But I'm just curious. I would be curious to know how much free time Gel himself actually has, because he does it all himself. But I'm curious whether, like, when like during Marbula 1, say, because he has to release a video every week, is it literally like he tears down the course,
I
let's
think
say
his
Friday
brother.
night, he
I think
tears down
his
the course,
brother.
and it's just
I think his
go for the
brother.
next week?
Well, I do think I heard somewhere that his brother helped him a lot during those production. Basically, I think they heard somewhere basically that once they shot the whole the whole episode, where basically his brother just started editing while his brother worked on a new one. Then the next and while they were for the week they worked on the new episode, and so on.
Yeah, that might be true. I did hear from a really good source that he does it all himself, but I'm sure there's some sort of help. But I don't know. I actually that would be a great reason to get Gel on here. Actually like hear that behind the scenes. How long does it take?
Also, like, maybe you forgot about when Mel came on one time, and like also I saw, like, I think during in a news article, basically they do film like about like 2 events ahead of schedule. So basically, like, by the time of race 6 of Marbula 1 was out, the races 7 and 8 had already been filmed.
Yeah, they already know the
Yeah,
winners.
I read that as well. I think it was on Twitter. I think they tweeted it out.
Oh no, but that just always begs the question for me: does the whole just making one whole race take a week? Like,
Well,
okay,
the
or
way I think it works, they shot. I think they from Monday to Friday, basically, they make this, basically they make they work the whole. I think they work the whole week, basically. For a few days they make this. They
yeah,
dedicate
they
a few
might take the
days for
weekend
the
off. Yeah.
race, then for editing, and then put it up on Premiere, basically. Because if you put on Premiere, basically you don't need to worry, basically, because well, you upload and then you release it on that time.
Right, yeah. And then I just feel like that's like, if I was doing it, that's what I would do. I would be like, okay, get this done during the weekdays. Then on the weekends, put up the premieres and then just enjoy the work that I've done. Have that time where you're like, okay, this is look at these are the videos. I'm just gonna sit back and watch them. I did all this work,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
You know, just make the work done, put it on Premiere, and when it comes on, just sit back and enjoy it with fans.
Yes. Anyways, I think it is time for the trivia segment. Everybody, just throwing that in there. We're getting towards the end of the episode. Just sorry to cut everybody off mid-topic, but we just gotta roll right into that. We gotta
Stop.
raspberry race right in to the trivia segment. Everybody, cue the music, Justin, producer guy.
Now it's time for the trivia segment. Come on now, let's go.
All right, we're at the trivia segment. That's hopefully the music was between that. Other than that would just sound weird, unexpected excitement. But we are at the trivia segment. There's actually one more thing we're going to cover after the trivia segment regarding the whole Marble Sports expansion thing. But who's got a question? Who wants to ask a question?
I do.
All right, go ahead, Waff.
All right, so which team in the Marble League has placed on the which team has won the Marble League and also placed in the bottom half in a separate year?
Which team has won the Marble League and placed
In the bottom half in a separate year.
Oh, so which team has won the Marble League but also had a bad placement in a previous year?
Correct. Or a subsequent year.
Or in a subsequent year. Oh, what a word. That's a Rangers.
I think I know. What aren't those snowballs?
Pretty sure that's a Rangers. Chocolatiers never won a Marble League. So if you the live chat, no. Chocolatiers are far from winning a Marble League. Believe that's a Rangers, though. I believe it's a Rangers. What do you think, Steve?
I think those are snowballs.
Snowballs win a Marble League?
Oh no! Wait. Oh, sorry. I mean, I don't. Not snowballs. I mean, midnight wisps. My
Midnight Wisps.
my bad.
What is it, Wuff?
All right, the answer is the Midnight Wisps.
Oh, what? I thought the Rangers had like a 13th one year.
This fact was provided on S-Man's Instagram channel, so thank you. I didn't have one prepared today yet, so that's been a while since I've actually had to have someone else give me one.
Wait, I thought the Rangers had a 13th. Did they not have a 13th?
I'd like the Racers or the Rangers.
Oh, Rangers.
Let's go check, I guess.
I swear they had a 13th.
Perhaps the fact is wrong.
I was thinking of. It's not a fact if it's wrong. It's a
true
opinion.
I'm pretty sure those were the midnight wisps.
Yeah, it might be right. I don't know.
I don't really think Rangers have ever finished bottom out of top 10 in any.
Wow, Rangers lowest was 6.
But that's your the lowest the Rangers got was 6th. So you said?
Oh, I guess I was just thinking of the wrong teams.
I
don't know.
2016.
People somehow still enjoy this trivia segment part, which you just scramble around for the answers.
Yeah, they finished in 5th, 3rd, 1st, 3rd, 4th. Yeah, they've that's 2018 and 2019 finished in 6th. Yeah, so they never finished in the bottom half.
Oh wow, I didn't know. I guess that was the Wisps then.
Yep.
Are they the Did the Wisps have the 13th? I swear one of the winning team has. I think the Wisps have the 13th. I don't know.
All right, I have one.
All right, we'll go ahead right into your question then.
All right.
All right, name the first Marble League event where hashtags were used.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wait, can you repeat that, please?
Name the first Marble League year where the hashtags were used.
Oh, year 2017.
I think the hashtag started in 28. No, wait. It was.
I'm pretty solid about 2017.
I think it was 2018.
And it was 2018 in 2000.
All right.
Really?
Yeah, it was very first Marble League, right? Marble League event where hashtags were used for teams.
Oh, it took them 2 years to do that. Wow, I thought they had gotten that after 2016. I guess not.
Yeah, I remember when I first got into it, I was catching up of the previous years, and I think they were middle near the end of 2018. So I remember that's when 2018 is when they started using the hashtags.
Okay, I actually have one more of them. This I think is a really good one.
Okay.
Name the first winners who did not compete in 2016 Marble League.
Name the first 2 teams who didn't compete in 2016.
Name the first winners who did not compete in Marble League 2016.
Oh, so of the teams who won Marble Leagues.
Yeah, who have won the Marble League who did not compete in Marble League 2016.
Well, Raspberry Racers is one of them.
Definitely Raspberry Racers. Midnight Wisps was not in. I don't think Midnight Wisps was in.
They were not either. So yeah, I think it was Midnight Wisps and Raspberry Racers.
Rangers and Savage Speeders were always there.
Midnight Wisps and Raspberry Racers.
All right.
We know some things here on the show. We getting that, dude. This trivia segment, dude. We're gonna know a ton of Marble things in like 3 years. We're gonna like be full of the Marble knowledge. But anyway, yeah, that's a good question. And a lot of new teams. Come in and start doing really well, which is interesting. But you always have those veterans, Rangers and Savage Speeders. Neither of them have yet to be in the bottom half apparently. So teams to look out for. I can understand why there's so many.
I hope the day for the Rangers
fans.
doesn't come soon.
I hope not, but I just had this feeling that Marble League 2020 is just going to be different, something different. You're going to see some new teams up there. There's going to be some upsets in the qualifiers. I think one big team, one big name team will not qualify. That's just how I feel about it. I don't know if it will be Savage Speeders or O-Rangers, but like
Savage Speeders, but
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be Mellow Yellow either. But like a big name team is not gonna make it. But hey, we'll be talking about that as we get closer to the qualifiers. Anyway, my question to end out the situation here is from Kaysen, because I didn't have one either. We're so prepared. All right, so he says, as of the end of Marbula 1, so last Saturday, how many JMRC members are there? JMRC is the Gels Marble Runs Committee. They help make decisions that affect the channel in some way. So how many members are there currently? I'll take a guess first, just because I don't know the answer yet. It's in the spoiler thing. So I think it's because I saw this recently. It's like 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go 8.
I think there were 7.
I see here. 1, 2, 3. I believe it was 6. And if you want to count, so I know that Elijah is one of them, but like his brother, he's like a member because his brother does the art. So in a way, you could say that his brother is a 7th member. So if you want to go that far,
I don't. No, you don't like he couldn't be considered a member. He's definitely a helper for the channel, but he's not like on the committee.
All right, well then just 6.
All right, 6, 7, and 8 are the guesses. What the frick? 11? No.
Wait, since when?
What? Name them right now in the live chat.
Are you kidding me?
There's not 11. There's not 11. I just saw this on the Reddit.
Okay.
Let me pull this up on the Reddit.
11?
Nah. I remember hearing a while ago that they were never going to go over 10 because I think it's too crowded and too dramatic.
I can check some of this stuff, I guess. And
this needs to be checked on
No.
the show.
Yeah, list the names, case, and I can check their roles in the Marble base.
There's no way there were. There's just I don't know. I don't ever recall it was over 9, not 11. I really think there was 7 or 9.
No, because they have the committee here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 10 here.
Oh.
So it lists 11 on the main page, but let me see here. So who?
They have Melikis, the president, Stinth, Little Mighty, Pax. They've been there forever. Beta Wolves, Tom, which is Focaf. We had him on the show once. Elijah, Specs. Oh, Specs got in there. Valencia and Miss Minty.
G is the person I didn't think of. I knew.
Wait, G's on the committee. He doesn't show him here.
It's possible that maybe they're more recent, or they're not active enough people to realize that they are there.
Maybe because
yeah,
I was just looking at the Reddit thing. Wow, 11. That's a lot. They're going to be cutting that down. I know they're going to be cutting that down soon.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe they're just gonna cut out the those inactive ones.
I don't know. That just seems like a lot. Like it's just going to get crowded in there. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they ever need to start paying their JMRC members, then it's going to be cut down. That will be for sure. So I guess they're not paying them yet. So,
All right, I'm gonna shoot another trivia question for you.
all right.
Okay.
Well, last trivia question, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right. For the 2019 Marble League, there were 2 teams who did not qualify for 3 straight years. Rojo Rolls were one of them. Which one is the second one?
Oh, 2.
I think it was the Cobalts.
Nah, I was gonna say Cobalts, but I remember seeing them in like, I don't know. I'll go another unknown team. No, not Chocolatiers. They actually qualified. I don't know. That's a great question. I think Shining Swarm. We'll go Shining Swarm.
The second one team was Cobalt.
All right.
All right, go for you. But yeah, that's a good question as well. Yeah, I didn't know. Wow, 11 members. That's Jawbreaker's another good guess, but no, it's Cobalt.
All right. And that was the trivia segment, everybody. That was the trivia segment. Now let's head back to the show. The show. Oh.
That's a trivia segment. So I think we're coming to the end of the episode. There was something else I wanted to mention. Someone mentioned something in the live chat that I thought was interesting.
Formula E?
No, Formula E is coming. So when we have Formula E out, we're definitely going to be talking about it.
What is Formula E? Basically, just like the other, like the name they chose to do instead of Marbula 2.
No, Formula E is a partner project with Formula E, which is a real thing. I think they're going to do 2 races where the marbles are going to be named after the Formula E racers. So,
Formula E is basically Formula 1 just with electric engines.
Wait, is Formula E like a real life thing or marble thing?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Because,
I was confused.
Formula E is canceled, so they're partnering with the marble thing to kind of get some Formula E attention there.
Wait. So, okay, you need to. So I think you need to slow down. Say, is Formula E a marble race?
Yeah. So it's going to be the Formula E JMR project will be Formula E, which is a real life human thing, is canceled, of course, because of the virus. So they're partnering with JMR to kind of do a marble race in the style of Formula E, kind of impersonating the Formula E racers.
Yeah, I think they're gonna recreate some of the tracks
Oh,
I guess it'll be Marbula E. Yes, I guess that's what they're gonna call it.
Yeah, Marbula E.
That's what I said. Like wouldn't it be would it not have marble in the name?
Yeah, well, it would, yes, but that I'm just talking about who they're partnering with. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's coming out. The first one's coming out in like a week or something, so that should be interesting.
Dang,
either this weekend or the next one. It's kind of like just
there
give
it
people something to watch before
Someone just said on 18th, April 18th, so this week.
April 19th. Okay.
Really?
So yeah, so this Saturday. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there'll be 2 of those, I think, and then after that, it's like another week or 2, and then you go right into the qualifiers for your favorite Marble League 2020. Oh, I think it starts in June though. So it actually might be a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
but there's another project coming out too. That
probably do a live reaction for the Marble League and Marble E.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, that would be fun to do some sort of reaction thing. Because that could be cool. Anyways, that's I think all we got today. Someone did say, I just want to address this real quick. Someone said, if JMR would be going on TV and stuff, would they have to change venue? I don't know. I don't think so. They might have to expand the venue so they can get more work done faster. Like I said, it's more about doing it faster, not doing it in a different place. I'm pretty sure TV people will be happy to go up there as long as they're making money off of it. So that's just, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I don't think so. For US, for TV in the US, I don't know. I don't think that you would have to. I'm sure they could send people out there for that situation. So that's not something I could really answer. But the venue they have is pretty good. They have some nice outdoor places for outdoor events. They have that sand rally area. And they, of course, have a nice big studio for the whole, Marble League. So I don't think so. But, we'll see what the future brings with all that. Anyways, that's all for the podcast today, everybody. Thank you to everybody who joined in live. We had a bunch of people on the YouTube and in the Discord.
And thank you, Steve, for joining us today.
The ending trivia music. Thank you. Yes.
Well,
I already put that in wherever.
I knew where the trivia segment ended, so I already marked that timestamp.
Oh yeah.
The live chat reminds me of how to structure my
actually,
episode.
Thank you for having me, guys. It was absolute pleasure.
Oh yeah, it's been great to have you on. Definitely talking with people overseas like that is always so cool to me because you're like thousands of miles away, but we're connecting over marble sports. It was really exciting to have you on, kind of get your opinions on everything, and
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, if some of you YouTube hasn't seen, of course, I have posted on my Twitter page a huge bunch of I did for all 8 races. These crossovers with Formula One. The second Formula One style intros for the Marbula one actually, and for the very last one, I actually did post the sped up version of the behind the scenes how I made the whole videos.
Ooh.
Oh, that could be really cool. Yeah, so go check that out. What's your channel called?
I posted on my Twitter actually at Steve from Latvia.
Okay, yeah. So
I guess,
follow him on Twitter, and you can check out his YouTube. Steve from Latvia.
Steve from Latvia. I can include that in the description for the YouTube video.
That would be great. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
And don't forget to join the Discord too. If you're here live, if you're here in recording, you can join the Discord. That's where you can actually talk with me and Waf and all the other people who guest and host on in the live chat and who's here every week, and ask questions, give ideas for the show, comments, everything. And actually guest on. You can put a guest request, of course, in the Discord as well. It's good to see all you guys getting involved in Marble Sports, and we'll hope to see you in the next episode. So stay safe, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Roll on, Marble Sports fans.